Welcome back to the Kingsway Podcast.
Welcome.
Ryan, it's good to see you.
It's good to see you too.
My legs are a little sore. I walked 20,000 steps yesterday. The sunshine came back after a long rainy weekend, and I couldn't get enough of it. I made a lot of phone calls. That's
the benefit of your job and your role is you can just be on the phone a lot and talking to people and calling people.
It is. It's a great part of my job. I love talking. I love the sun too. So anytime I can be in the sun and doing something I love, I think I will always enjoy that. My legs aren't as happy though. I think I don't pay attention how much I'm walking when I'm talking. I'm not very good at Brian Reganing, which is the walkie and talkie. That's how it's a whole horrible old joke.
Well, I know it'll make you feel better. Let's go on a bender.
Oh my gosh.
A mind bender.
A mind bender. I have a little bit of I'm excited for these. We were struggling to figure out what we were going to do, and we had talked through a couple different things, which we have. I think we're going to do another random and quick biblical questions one again. But
we had like a quick faith questions, quick theology questions.
We had some good feedback
like
on that, and I think we want to do some different ones. But I wanted to have a little fun with Ryan's mind today. Yeah. It doesn't mean that I'm not going to be left in the lurch a little bit either. But did a little research and found some things that are basically they are mind-bending logical questions is the way it is laid out. And you can play along because what this is going to be is the type of podcast you may have for the very first time. You may be talking to your screen or in your car and you'd be saying what you think the answer is, or you could be disagreeing with the way that we're thinking through this.
We're even more free to be wrong on this episode. We're like, we may normally talk about stuff that if you didn't go to Bible college and have some big Bible background, you may not just be like, oh, of course the second half of Daniel's written in Aramaic. Yeah. Sometimes you'll be like, what? How'd they know that? We're all going to be on the same playing field on this one.
This is just using your brain and practicing using your brain. And it also makes and forces you to use different parts of your brain. I was explaining this to Ryan before we started. These questions force you to hold an issue and then to kind of figure out how to turn it, twist it, and maybe find the thing that you're looking for. Think of it like a Rubik's Cube of a question.
Yeah. It could be riddle-ish, but maybe not necessarily.
A good example is the first one. This is called the liar paradox.
Yep.
Okay. Have you heard it before?
Probably.
Okay. This is the statement. Are you ready?
Yeah.
This statement is false. Is the statement false?
Dang it.
So again, it's why these are fun. It's called the liar's paradox. This statement is false. Is the statement false?
Here's Do you have a response or should I go for it?
So here's why this is hard.
If there's a response on there, don't read it.
No. This is just this. It forces you to look at binary loops.
Yeah.
That's what this one is about.
I think you could easily make that statement make sense and not contradict itself if you imagine the definition of false to be unreliable.
Yes.
Yeah, it is unreliable.
Yep.
And it is true in saying that it's unreliable.
Exactly.
False closer to faulty.
Yes.
Rather than false as in incorrect. That's the only loophole way I can see out of it.
To me, the way that when I think about it, it's like a double negative.
Yeah.
It's a double negative. So does that make it true or positive, if that makes sense?
I think you want it to be positive, but it cannot be positive.
Because you can't say the statement's true because it's telling you it's false, right?
Yeah.
But then if you say it's false, it hasn't lied to you. So it is exposing some sort of truth, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, my brain hurts. This is probably the easiest one. That's scary. All right, so let me read a little bit of like why this is tough, okay?
Yeah.
The reason this is tough is because there's no consistent truth value in it. You can't arrive to a place where you can know for sure what you're landing on is this. It's a self reflective paradox. It's like how you view what truth feels like or should feel like.
Yeah.
Right. And it like breaks you out of what true is and what false is and makes you think outside of those two things.
Because I feel like even though there's no stated other character, it requires perspective.
Yes.
This statement is false.
Yes.
Where did this statement come from?
So this is called...
If it came from a person, that person can be telling the truth about a statement that is false, and they almost make a second character, the statement and the person saying the statement.
Yes. So this is almost all of these are trying to break you out of black and white and help you play with gray. So it's like almost helping you, like, not every one of them, a lot of them. And this is one of those where the goal is like it's almost like a psychiatry or a psychology question where it's like, can you think about this outside of something just being true or something just being false and declared? So part of this is like, it's trying to get you to get out of and use statements more like undecidable or truth value gaps. There's a gap in truth here.
Yeah.
So does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to hit you with another one.
Yep.
Okay. This is more of a like, I would say like a setup and then the questions at the end. Okay.
Yeah.
You're given 2 envelopes, each with money. One has twice as much money as the other. You pick one. Should you switch?
I've heard this before, but only ever with 3 options.
We'll get to that one a little later. This is not the same question.
I feel like it doesn't matter. I'm sure there's going to be an explanation that tells me how it does matter. But 2 envelopes, they both have money. One has twice as much as the other. Unless there's like you're handed an envelope with some money in it, and the other envelope has twice as much money as the first envelope. But the first envelope with the money is inside of a second or third envelope with even more money, making it a greater value. So therefore, you're handed 2 envelopes. But one of the envelopes that's talking about with the money value that the other one has twice as much of is not actually the envelope you were handed. It's inside the envelope you were handed. That would make it like, oh, yeah, of course, we're trying to trick you on that. But really, there's no way to know unless you feel how thick it is. If it's like more bills, which you could have one $100 bill and 50 ones and be fooled that way.
I think this is perfect logic to like, listen, don't overthink this, because I really think that's how this one gets you.
Yeah.
Because the thing that you just need to think of is it's 2 envelopes. I'm holding one, and there's only one other envelope, and one of these 2 have money in it. Should I switch?
Oh, they both have money.
One has more.
Yeah.
So the idea is like, do I think I have the one that has more money right now, or is the one over there?
I don't think there's any way to know.
You are absolutely right. There's no mathematical advantage to change, but it makes you overthink. That's what that one naturally does. And you were so close right at the beginning. You're like, I don't think it matters. I'm like, yes.
What I was doing is like picturing it. There are visual cues, story cues that would mean, yeah, of course this one has more money if they're not trying to trick you.
So the one you were thinking about, which is the other one, which we'll go straight into it, is called the Monty Hall problem, which is the 3 doors. And you can play along there and see if you can figure this one out. It says, there are 3 doors. You pick one of the 3 doors. Behind one is a car, and behind 2 are goats. The host opens one door, and a goat is there. There are 2 other doors. Do you switch?
Yeah, I've already heard this one, and I know that the correct statistical answer is to switch. So it's from what show? The Price is Right, or
it's actually from
some game show.
It's from a movie that it's from a movie where it's actually a true story where a college professor recruits a bunch of math students to go and count cards and make money on the weekends at casinos, and he uses this as a problem in class to figure out which kids can get to the mathematics behind the problem the fastest.
Yeah.
And so why it's called Monty Hall's problem is because it was Monty Hall who listed this as to figure out which kids had the quickest
Yeah.
mind. And
But I thought this was a real game show too. Like behind door number 1 is this and 2 and 3.
absolutely.
I'm trying to think of that game show, but I can't think of
Well,
it.
The Price is Right had it forever,
okay,
but
okay.
I mean, I think it's just been a standard haul. But the reason it became a logical mathematic question is because he used it to find card counters. And
Yeah.
why this is that is because this is crazy to think. You picked one, the host picks one, right? But you don't get to see behind yours. And the host reveals that the one he picked, there's only a goat. So that means one of the 2 doors that is left has the car, and the one you picked, you're not sure if it has the car or not.
So the math way to break this down is there are 3 doors. You pick one, and you're looking for the car and not the goats.
Yep.
When you pick your first door, you have a 33% chance of being right.
Yep.
And the other 2 doors have a 33% chance of being right. The host opens one of the doors you didn't pick, and it has a goat behind it. You would think, oh, now both doors have 50%.
Yep.
But the Monty Hall problem says, no, the door that you didn't pick has 66% chance of having the good thing behind it.
You're absolutely right.
So of course, the 0% chance is the goat. You still have a 33% chance.
Yep.
You just know that one of those chances is wrong. I don't even know exactly how that's true. That doesn't feel like it should be true.
That's why it's a card counting thing, is because that's how your brain has to work to understand the odds inside card counting.
Yeah.
Which is, again, I've never counted cards. I don't plan on it. It's just one of those wild things. Okay. Now, all right, let's go on to the next one, because there's some of these are just really good. This one is a tricky one. This is a really tricky one. So if you're listening, this one is called the Barber Paradox. All right. Russell's Paradox. In a village, there's a barber who shaves everyone who does not shave themselves. Does the barber shave himself? One more time. In a village, there's a barber who shaves everyone who does not shave themselves. Does the barber shave himself?
Yes. Am I wrong?
I'm going to tell you why this is so hard, and then we'll look at it.
So the problem is the barber shaves everyone who does not shave themselves. If the barber shaves himself, he wouldn't shave himself. But I don't know. Some of these are like math word problems. I feel like, what are the barber's options? Am I going to shave myself or am I going to shave myself? That's 2 yes options.
Yep.
So I feel like, yes, he does. There's no world in which he doesn't because he doesn't. Because he doesn't shave himself. Like, they're both yes answers.
Yeah, so here's why this is a really ridiculously hard one. And if you got this, it's impressive. It exposes this thing called contradictive in naivete set theory. And I don't even know completely what that means. It just means this: a set of all sets that does not contain themselves. Such a barber cannot exist.
That's not a yes or no.
No, it's not. Such a barber cannot exist. And so the thought is, like, in order to be the barber, he can't shave himself.
Yeah.
But in order to be a barber, he has to somebody, right?
That's where, like, in some philosophy graduate degree, they're talking about this and they're treating these rules like they're magically binding.
Yes.
I'm thinking about it as if there is a barber.
Yeah.
Who shaves everybody who does not shave themselves. Does he shave himself? Yes. He's a human being who needs shaved. So, like, if you treat it's the reason that, like, it's one theory for why Dungeons and Dragons and then other role-playing games are so popular they're popular with a lot of people, a lot of different kinds of people.
Yeah.
But they're the most popular with the people who are the least impressed with their own life. So in the 80s and 90s, like nerds and dweebs and whatever and dorks and all those words could describe somebody who's like into like fantasy stuff, into like role playing, into theater. They could describe somebody who's into math, into science.
Yep.
But usually those people in those eras, and they're similar people now, but like all different kinds of people who are not satisfied with their own life. They feel like their life is out of control and it's bad.
Yep.
And so when you play a role-playing game, first of all, you get to have a fresh start and a clean slate.
And be a character that maybe you want to be.
And be a character you want to be. You get to recreate your own destiny. You're not stuck being Brad or whoever.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, almost everything in the universe has clear rules that you know how to engage with.
Yep. And although
where
there's still chance, though.
Where,
right?
Yes, but Tiffany at school...
Mm-hmm.
You don't know that she has a weakness against fire compared to other human beings at school.
Yep.
You just have to ask her out or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
There's no so that's the thing with like magical beings and most beings in like role-playing games. They have strict rules. If you click on these answers, if you add these items, you'll get this outcome. And that's a lot safer place to be than the real world.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what that last question at least is doing.
100%.
There's a barber. He cannot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he can.
I think
he's a guy. if he's a character in some fantasy fiction role playing game who has a certain set of rules, then he's more a program. That's programmed to look like a person than he is a person.
See, and again, this logical idea is like getting you to think about things as if you're examining it like a problem, not like an actual moment in your life. Here's a easier one, but still one that I think it's a mind bender if you haven't thought about it before. This is called Zonos paradox. And it says, to reach a wall, you must go halfway, then halfway again and again. So you never arrive.
Yep. I know exactly what you're talking about. This is the different infinities.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And so think about the number infinity.
Mm-hmm.
You would typically think 1 + 1 + 1 + 1, and you keep going.
Mm-hmm.
And so the actual, like, if each one is a foot, if you go infinite distance, that means you've gone, like, there's no way to calculate how much distance. You've gone all the distance plus. Like, you're potentially still going. There's nothing necessarily bigger than that.
Yep.
As a low, humble man who doesn't know tons about math and like the theoretical quantum whatever. But you can also have infinites of other things, like infinite divisions.
Mm-hmm.
So there are an infinite number of divisions between 0 feet and 1 feet. There are 12 inches. There are 24 half inches. There are 48 quarter inches. You can continually divide and still never get past 1 foot. But you're doing it infinitely.
So here's what's so cool. You're wrong and you're right. That's what's so beautiful about it.
I'm right. I'm right.
So here's what's so cool. And this is what actually led to the creation of calculus. It was some of the first things that led to calculus, that you can calculate infinite. That's important. You can calculate infinite. However, by math, if you turn this into a math problem and you go half plus a fourth plus an eighth, actually you can get that to 1 eventually. You can get to the end.
Sort of, but I feel like you have to round up to get to the end.
So yes, you can reach it by math, solved with the idea of infinite converging fractions.
Yeah.
But it's not something that you can do in the real world. And that's why calculus ends up becoming a created thing, because they can calculate infinite off of this theory, which is so cool. And I think that's why this logically, you're like, no, it's the same way of like, can you divide a paper or fold a paper in half? You know, how many times can you do that? And you look this up. If you fold a piece of paper enough times, it would reach the moon in thickness. A single piece of paper. I think it's like 64 times.
Yeah.
Would be the height that it would be to the moon.
I'm going to take your word for that.
It's wild. It's wild. It's wild. You got to look that up. I might be off on that number, but it's not that big of a number. It's like 64 folds. Anyway, that was a fun one. I really like that one because I was just like you. I like had that where I'm like, no, I've done that before. Like, that's like a trick on your friends. And it's like, oh no, it kind of is stupid. Here's one. All right.
Okay.
This is a little bit more like I think you'll have fun with this one.
Okay.
1 grain of sand is not a heap. Add 1, still not a heap. When does it become a heap?
I feel like a heap is not a weight of measurement. It's it's measured by how it looks to a person. So I feel like you can't say it's 47 grains of sand exactly off of just like grains.
Yes.
You have to say, when does it look like a heap to a person? When's the first time it looks like a heap?
Yep.
And for different people, that may be different grains of sand. I would assume if you're counting grains, somewhere in like the 1,000 or so.
Yeah.
Maybe like a couple hundred at the lowest. But it's the category's wrong.
You nailed this one. You nailed it. It is.
I'm genius.
It is. You did. You nailed it. There is no sharp cutoff because it's a problem of vague language. Yeah. You logically go, a heap that's not defined enough. Yeah. And so the logic here is you have to get to the place that the discrete terms do not create strict rules.
Yeah.
And so you got it. You nailed it. That's exactly what it is. So that's awesome. That was really good, dude. Well, here's one of my favorites. This is actually the one that I've heard before, and I don't know if you've heard it before, but I'll let you know. This is a really good one. If you replace every plank of a ship one board at a time, is it still the same ship? When you rebuild a ship with its original planks, is that the real ship?
I would say my entire answer comes from John Walton and a book called The Lost World of Genesis 1, where he talks about, what's the phrase? Functional ontology, that something becomes what it is. Certain things become what they are because of their use and their function, not because of their makeup. So all of those planks of wood separated out a couple feet from each other.
Yeah.
None of them would be a ship.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter which planks of wood are whatever. I think sentimentally to an individual, you would be like, the original planks of wood, more of them and whatever, and that makes it my ship. But really, so it's a question, when are they a ship? When are they the ship? Or when are they this person's ship? The original ship.
It's the same ship. That's the thought. So you're actually nailing this again. These are the things that I'm like, hey, this is how your brain works, man. It's so good. So it's an identity issue.
Yep.
And you can say yes to the same ship based on that. Then the identity of the ship never changes. It is always a ship. It's ending up a ship, and it's in the same shape and of the same form. So it wouldn't change in class. It wouldn't change in any other way, just the boards. So it's staying a ship. But you can also say no, because it's not about the original material, right? The original material has changed. But here's why this is a difficult thing. And it's the one that says, there is no definite logical answer. It's a test of what you mean by sameness. It's like, what are you saying? Are you saying it's still a ship? Are you saying it's the same material?
Honestly, once you get to you've repaired a ship, and eventually you've remade the whole ship, I would say it's a remake or a replica.
Yep.
But it's still a ship, and it's made to be exactly like the original ship. And if you did all those repairs, or the repairs were done under your ownership, or the replacements,
bless you. Bless you.
Double sneeze. If you did all that, then it's probably still yours.
And that's the whole point of this, is it doesn't logically give you enough information to say, because if it's different materials, old, new, you know what I mean? Like there's not enough to go. But going off the idea that all those words mean what they actually mean, and it's the same board, you know what I mean? Then they're both, if you remake it or if you put it back together, they're the same ship. That's kind of the answer, which
they're both the person's ship.
Yep. Let's do one more. That was a tough one, though.
I feel like legally there's got to be something in there that's like, this percentage, whatever.
Okay, I didn't even read this one, but it looks really good. It's got a good ending. I really like this. All right, a predictor offers you two boxes. One always has $1,000. The other has $1 million. Only if the predictor thinks you'll just take that one. Do you take both or just the second one?
It only has $1 million if the predictor thinks you will only take that one.
Just take the one. Just take that one.
I mean, I would just take the second one with the caveat that I'm going to make it real obvious that I'm taking that one for like a while beforehand, minutes.
Yeah.
So that the predictor's like, okay, just get on with it. Just take the one you're going to take. So it's more about selling the predictor on the fact that I'm going to take the second one.
Yeah. Do you take both or just the second one?
If you take both and he thinks you're taking both, does the other one still have $1 million in it? That was confusing in the question.
It says this, only if the predictor thinks you'll take just that one.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Then only take the second one, but convince the predictor that you're taking the second one.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
That's it. Let's go and find out.
It's about the predictor thinking. So you have to sell them on thinking that.
Yep. But do you think the predictor will trust you? What makes you think the predictor will trust you?
Trust that I'll actually only take the second one.
Mm-hmm.
Because the difference between 1 million and 1,001,000 is so minimal, and I don't want it. So, I honestly would not want $1,000 more on top of $1 million if they're both boxes for me to take. I could invest that $1 million or even half of it and make 1,000. I don't know how money works, but I'm sure an accountant or an investment banker could help me with that. But like having 1,000 more today on top of $1 million means nothing to me.
So this is a question of logical trust. Those that take the second box have an inherent belief in determinism and that the other person will follow through with what they think is right. So,
I mean,
it's a predictor of the way power is wielded. So it's this idea of like, I can trust them. I've told them, right? And then I'll get my $1 million. Casual decision theory tells you take both boxes because it's just in case. What if he backs out, or what if he doesn't really give me $1 million, or what if he just doesn't trust me? So the level comes down to this. Do you think he trusts you as much as you're putting trust in him?
And that's why that's why I made sure to say, I'm not just telling him I'm going to take number 2 and then picking up number 2 and walking away.
Yep. So
I'm spending time convincing him and showing authenticity. And that doesn't guarantee anything, but the more time I spend with him and the more personal I can make it, because humans respond to art, story, emotion, whatever. The more I can use those kind of things in a genuine way, not in a conniving, thieving sort of way, then I feel confident that I made the right choice. And there's still a risk that he'll think, no, you're going to take both or just the first one or whatever. But if you spend 15 minutes with somebody and share some of that stuff, I don't think.
So
very few people.
The answer will always be determined by how you view the predictor.
Yeah.
Like that's what if you think that they're not trustworthy or you wouldn't trust them, blam. If you believe you're trustworthy. So it's just cool. It's just that it pulls that out. And it says, so let's last one. We got our last one and we'll be done. Dude, you've done really good, man. These are really tricky. And it's been hilarious to watch like do this. So here's one that I've never seen before. So I always like ones that I'm like, ooh, I've never heard this one before. A trolley is about to hit 5 people.
Yeah, the trolley problem.
You can pull a lever to divert it and kill one person instead. Do you pull it? What if you must push someone to stop the train?
This is like one of the most famous philosophy, morality kind of questions.
It's famously in Sherlock Holmes, I think, is where like whatever the bad guy makes him Moriarty makes him think about this.
Yeah. Here's my thought. If all of the people are tied to the rail, 5 on one rail and 1 on the other, and I have the lever, and there's no way to stop the train.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull the lever to hit the one person. And that seems like mathematics and, oh, you're just casualty avoidance and whatever. And the question is supposed to punish you for picking the one person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it would be an easy decision to pick the one person, but the question is trying to punish you and saying that life is going to kill 5 people. Are you going to pull the lever and then you kill one person?
Yep.
But in my mind, the train is coming no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not pulling the lever and starting the train.
Nope.
I'm looking at human lives and saying that they're so valuable to me that I want to do what I can to spare as many as possible. What makes this question harder is like, oh, what if the person tied to the one person tied there is like Gandhi or like your wife or whatever.
You're crushing it.
And all that would make it tougher. Mm-hmm. But I think the better way for a Christian to think about the trolley problem is to think about the problem of evil rather than to think about, will I be a murderer because I switch the tracks? The problem of evil says that there is evil. There is a good and loving God. Human life is valuable. How do you get all that to make sense?
So you're crushing this question, and there's a part at the end that I want to pull out. But the first one is called Unitarianism, which is the pull the lever one.
Unilateralism?
Yeah, unilateralism. Sorry. No, unilateralism.
Let me see.
That one.
Utilitarianism.
Sorry, reading that horribly. But it's you save 5 people over 1, and so you pull the lever. Just simple math, right? The second one is a Kant view, and it's just a philosophy full. Don't intentionally kill. That's way worse than 5 people just dying to a train. It's like your soul would be weighed down by that one. So you hit both of those. The third one starts to do virtue. Like, what if it's a 90-year-old man that's the one and you pull the lever and he can go, he's lived a great life and there's 5 children on the other side. You're like, I'm pulling the lever. Like, I'm sorry, buddy. What if Hitler is on the platform and you can push him and save everybody? You know, it's like, what point is that? The other thing, it doesn't even mention in here, but I've heard it said before, what if I'm allowed to jump on the tracks?
Yeah.
Am I allowed to be the one that's pushed on the tracks?
Yeah.
To save everyone?
To me, the pushing somebody on the tracks to stop the train doesn't make any sense with how trains work. And so I've always hated that. Like, okay, what if you had to? I'm like, this gets into, I don't want to talk about it today, but I'm going to bring it up and then not talk about it. This gets into how a lot of people think about self-defense from a Christian perspective. What if somebody breaks in my house and like my family's in there? Don't I have a right to, without blinking, kill them? I don't think so.
Yeah,
there are 100 things you could do to a person that aren't going for the head or whatever, that aren't like, I'm going to make sure you die.
Yeah.
Now, fear and like effectiveness of stopping a person who intends harm, whatever, those do a lot of informing. Some people just enjoy or like drool over. Like, it's not legal to kill. My life would be ruined if I killed somebody. But if somebody breaks in my house, they've tripped the line, and now I'm going to get to do my job of enjoying killing somebody.
And I know we've talked about that before, and I think you're absolutely right. Like, I think your heart needs to go to, I'm defending my family, not violently attacking someone, right? Even at that level, because I know, like, maybe some people that are listening, like, I'm going to defend my family. I'm like, that's fine, but your mind should absolutely be on, I'm not going to, vengefully go after, maliciously take out this person. You should go to, I'm going to, with a heart of protection and love for my family, make sure that they're safe, right? And that to me is just a different mindset where you're not actively trying to destroy anything that comes into to do that. And I think there's a level of like understanding the value of every person, understanding the value of like your soul towards what God sees as valuable, even if this person is committing. It's like just trusting that a little, but also recognizing your position to defend. Ryan and I've talked about this before. It's like, you don't have to kill. Like, we had baseball bats and like,
I'm well aware that some people who propose like, oh, you don't have to kill somebody. You can still defend yourself without killing somebody if they come into your house. Shoot them in the leg. I know that's way harder. I'm well aware that like in tough situations at night, lights are off, whatever, saying I'll just shoot him in the leg implies that you have a lot of time and a lot of calm to be able to like really aim for the leg. That I'm aware that that's not realistic.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay. So all this to say, like the question is, I don't remember if he proposed it or just talked about it and was like,
push somebody off.
Don't intentionally kill. So let the 5 people die. Or the utilitarian or the virtue
and then the last one is push somebody, and that one is the emotional. It just feels emotionally and morally too more direct than just pulling a lever. It makes no sense.
In the pulling the lever, what they're trying to get you to do is say, either you let a train kill 5 people, or you kill 1 person with a train, but the train's unstoppable.
Yeah,
that's part of the clause, like the setup.
Yeah.
So in that, you are doing nothing. You are directing the violence that is already going to happen, and that you have no power to stop.
And I think you nailed it because you walked down the line of like, these are the decisions in that one.
Also, no matter what you do as a Christian, mourn the death of whoever got hit by the train.
100%.
If it's 1 old man instead of 5 kids, that old man's life, even though he's old, was still cut short.
Yep.
Because of your choice. It was the better choice.
Yep.
It was the choice that like honored and protected these children and did a good thing, but it also facilitated a bad thing and facilitated the loss of something good. And so you can mourn that without walking around and being like, I'm a murderer. You're not. Evil happened.
I hope you enjoyed being inside Ryan's brain for 35 minutes because
I'm sorry that you've been inside my brain for 35 minutes.
That was amazing. I think I got to watch like the way your brain works and thinks through things. It is sound. And that was the ringer. And you came out, I think, looking pretty good. Like you got the keen mind.
Please score me in the comments below. Out of 1 out of 6 for each person on the train tracks.
Well, and feel free to comment your answer. Like I want to know some of your answers to this because some of these like these logical moral ones, like I think the way your brain works, like you're just like, no, I think I just pulled the lever. Like 5 + 1, like, I'm sorry, like, I'll ask Jesus for forgiveness, but I just think that's kind of what I'm going to do.
Sort of utilitarian, but it's not just, I want to have the right number on the other side of the equal sign. It's, I value human life so much.
Yep.
What I think is God's value of human life require of me?
Yep.
To save more people, even if, like, they don't have anything to offer me. If they're kids, if they're disabled, if they're whatever, if they're like on not welfare, on disability, that doesn't make them 5 lesser people.
No,
they're still 5 people.
And I think that's the whole view of like you get there logically, especially as a Christian, to like who they are. Doesn't matter. But then you also know that 5 is more than 1. You know what I mean? So like it's hard. That is a hard one.
Who they are doesn't matter. That they are does matter.
Yeah. I would more say like age and race. If it's 5 girls and it's 1 dude, I'm probably looking at that guy like, hey bud, I'm sorry. Like we'll make you a really nice gravestone and like we will tell your story. And I love you, but I'd switch places if I could. Just not an option. Like
Also, the switching places thing implies that there's time.
Yeah.
There's time for you to go the tracks.
Quick decision.
There's time for you to go the tracks. There's time for you to unfasten somebody. Set that guy free and run away. What are you doing?
We're going to go get the gauntlet and snap it back. All right, we'll be fine. We'll
get all the Dragon Balls and wish Krillin alive for the 4th time.
Hey, if you've liked this episode, share with a friend. I enjoyed so much watching Ryan struggle but also succeed. I hope that you got some of these right. I hope you enjoyed just kind of listening and letting your brain work, testing it. Feel free to leave a comment, like I said, or share. Always hit the subscribe button if you're not. I know we have a couple.
Pull the lever.
Yeah,
to subscribe.
Pull the lever. Oh, sorry, now my brain's going to go to
Emperor's New Groove. Great movie.
Wrong lever.
It's one of the best.
As always, leave a review. And you know what? if there's one that we missed that you're like, this is a really fun one and you know it, put it in the comments because
yes,
we will do that as an intro or something as just to start the one if we get a good one or two. Yeah. And as always, we appreciate you. If you've listened to this long, Will, we're looking at you.
Will, we didn't forget about your
no, we didn't forget about your question. We're still looking at it. We appreciate you.
It's coming up.
Hopefully you don't lose this time and you're first. Hey, have a great and glorious day in the Lord. We'll see you later.
See ya.